The intelligence agency of a country essentially functions as a nervous system in that nation's defense setup. It is responsible for feeding vital information to the armed forces and enforcement agencies about any possible threat to the internal and external security of a nation. They are responsible for collecting, analyzing, and exploiting secretive information that is not available to the common people. These intelligence agencies gather information through various means that include signal gathering or intercepting, espionage, cryptanalysis, and many other methods. Almost all the countries around the world have more than one operational spy agency or secret service, but only one among them stands out. A spy agency works better than others in a mixture of a lot of factors like hard training, technology, colossal budget, etc. The video lists the top 10 best and most powerful intelligence agencies in the world in 2022. 1. Central Intelligence Agency, the United States. It was established in 1947 by President Harry S. It was established with the motive of mediating foreign policy intelligence and analysis countrywide. In the United States intelligence community, it is the most powerful agency. Most of the resources and manpower of the organization are spent on collecting foreign intelligence with a minimal amount of domestic data. CIA has 5 priorities for which they work that are counterterrorism as its top priority, cyber intelligence, counterintelligence, non-proliferation, and informing/warning leaders of America about important overseas events. This agency has always been the subject of many controversies both abroad and at home. 2. Secret Intelligence Service, the United Kingdom. The British Secret Intelligence Service, additionally called MI6, is many of the maximum reputable companies with inside international spies. It changed into mounted in 1909 and is the chief of the Secret Intelligence Service and is at once respond to the Foreign Secretary. It changed into formally mentioned in 1994, nearly 9 a long time after its preliminary establishment. The area of CS is best restricted to entities and those outdoor the British Isles, not like MI5. This employer changed into worried in lots of huge activities of records just like the Second World War, the Cold War, and lots of different local disputes all around the international. 3. Mossad Israel. Mossad is the intelligence employer of Israel, and its MI is the maximum capacity, one of the oldest and maximum feared secret agent groups with inside the international. Mossad is an overseas intelligence employer just like the CIA of the USA. It isn't always best tasked with intelligence collecting, however, is likewise liable for carrying out counterterrorism and covert operations overseas. Mossad began out a liberated technological innovation fund for making an investment in up-and-coming tech startups. This employer has its personal counterterrorism units, specifically Kidon and Metadata, for tremendously touchy missions. Kidon is a collection of tremendously skilled infantrymen that carry out sabotage throughout the globe and high-profile assignation. The covert operation carried out via way of means of Mossad is within inside the hobby of the Jewish network throughout the international. 4. Research and Analysis Wing, India. It changed into mounted in 1968 after the failure of India's intelligence for the duration of the Sino-Indian Battle of 1962. It changed into a first-rate setback for the Intelligence Bureau. The employer changed into liable for the outside and inner safety of the United States at that time. For the prevention of such catastrophic activities with inside the future, the authorities of India Mounted Research and Analysis Wing this is absolutely committed to the outside intelligence employer. Its duties encompass tracking bombs and narcotics smuggling into the United States, collecting intelligence from overseas international locations regarding the countrywide safety of the United States. The employer had a considerable presence in Afghanistan because of the 90s after the upward thrust of the Taliban whilst Pakistan backed, and India determined to facet with the Northern Alliance. 5. GCHQ and NSA. It is a safety company. This is liable for collecting intelligence facts through alerts intelligence for the United Kingdom's authorities and its armed forces. The complete shape of GCHQ is Government Communication Headquarters, and it changed into mounted in 1919. This company includes components, Composite Signals Organization, GCHQ Bhutan National Cybersecurity Center, NCSC. The National Cybersecurity Center gives recommendations to the authorities associated with cybersafety and hazard tests inside the UK, while GCHQ Bhutan is liable for collecting broader intelligence operations consisting of cable records, interception, and satellite. The different intelligence employer that stalks this area is the United States NSA, National Security Agency. 6. Foreign Intelligence Service, SVRRF. Russia SVRRF, or the Foreign Intelligence Service of the Russian Federation, succeeded Russia's outside employer KGB after it changed into disbanded in 1991. Its diverse obligations encompass carrying out strategic intelligence collecting, financial espionage, and shielding Russian officers in foreign places. It has performed an extra influential position inside the overseas coverage of Russia than its ministry. This intelligence employer works with the Overseas Navy Intelligence Unit of Russia, the GRU, for covert operations and espionage in lots of overseas nations. 7. Ministry of State Security China MSS. The Ministry of State Security is the civilian employer in the price of overseas and home intelligence collecting and counterintelligence for the People's Republic of China. Its contemporary shape changed into mounted in 1983 following the merger between the Counterintelligence Department of the Ministry of Public Security and the Central Investigation Department, the previous overseas intelligence employer. It has a tremendous presence on all 5 continents, and its miles taken into consideration as one of the maximum influential and effective intelligence groups inside the international. The employer is infamous for its unconventional and competitive intelligence collecting strategies. The MSS has carried the espionage sports in opposition to numerous host international locations in current years, which include the US. 8. Federal Intelligence Service, BND. Germany. BND is an overseas intelligence employer of Germany that changed into mounted in 1956 for the duration of the Cold War technology with the assistance of the CIA. It changed into the best gateway for secret agent groups of Western nations to carefully display the Jap bloc even after years of its establishment. BND changed into taking into consideration the maximum knowledgeable intelligence employer concerning Western Asia all through the 1960s and 70s. This employer has the duty for studying and collecting facts concerning counterproliferation and global terrorism, in addition to prepared crime and drug trafficking. It is worried about mass surveillance just like the CIA of the USA. In 2016, a BND officer effectively negotiated a prisoner change among Shia Islamist militant institution Hezbollah and Israel that happened in 2018, and it's been a successful mediator among the two events on preceding events as well. 9. General Directorate for External Security France DGSE, additionally called General Directorate for External Security, is taken into consideration many of the maximum influential secret agent employers inside the international. It is tasked with counterintelligence and intelligence collecting in addition to carrying out unique operations on overseas soil, and its miles at once operated beneath the French Ministry of Armed Forces. This employer is likewise specialized in financial espionage-like operational facts, R&D strategies, and collecting understanding approximately highbrow property, techniques, commercial products, ideas in opposition to different nations. DGSR has substantially spied on a number of the most important American tech businesses all through the 70s and 1980s. For a long time, this employer has been worried about more than one civil war, counterterrorism. 10. Australian Secret Intelligence Services Australia ASIS, or the Australian Secret Intelligence Service, changed into mounted in 1952 via way of means of Gulf order because of the outside factor of the Australian intelligence community. Its life changed acknowledged publicly for the primary time in 1972, nearly after a long time, whilst an information file uncovered its espionage sports in Asian nations. This employer has been given the project of collecting intelligence from foreign places that issues the United States strategic hobbies and home safety. In 2012, for the duration of a press conference, The Director General of ASIS said that the employer is growing its foothold inside the maximum unstable place of the international. Now, that's it for today's video. We hope you liked it. If you did, then please be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel.